My name is John Slack. I'm here to review with you today the many applications of adhesive tapes in assembling, sealing, and insulating rigid sheet metal duct systems in HVAC applications. Now there's three major areas where adhesives play a role in the installation of rigid sheet metal duct systems. They are sound attenuation, sealing and closure, and insulation. Let's start with the least complicated, which is sound attenuation. This piece of sheet metal represents the inside of a trunk duct, a supply or return air plenum. The sound attenuation is installed using the Nashua spray adhesive, and in this particular case a stick pin, which can be used, or you can also use weld pins or hammer-ons. The Nashua 357 product is excellent to use here and easy. It also presents you with the opportunity to have a field repair kit, where if this insulation sound attenuation, which is going to stop the air noise and the noise from the fan motors coming down the ductwork, if this comes loose, you can field repair it with the Nashua 357. Now that the duct has been lined, we move on to closure and sealing. Closure systems are mechanical for rigid sheet metal duct. Typically, the rectangular duct uses slips and drives, and the round duct uses snap lock. But in all those closure systems, there's a lot of room for leakage, both air in and air out, sometimes 10 to 40%. This is where the Nashua products come in very handy for sealing these leaks. This is where I need to talk to you about local codes. Always check with the code body in your area. The 2015 International Energy Conservation Code requires that you use a UL 181 product. Always check with the local code. Let's take a look at some of the areas where these codes may apply. Let's start with round pipe. The snap lock longitudinal seam is a place where leakage can occur. We're going to seal that with a UL 181 tape to prevent air leakage. I just applied Nashua 324A UL 181 AB tape. This meets the code. If the code in your area, though, allows you to use a non-UL tape, Nashua 322 is an excellent choice. Slips and drives present a more interesting challenge. The gaps in these are very, very large. Some contractors use mastic or pookie, but there's some disadvantages there. One is it's very messy. Number two is it's hard to get a uniform coat. And number three is you have to wait before you can test or insulate. Now instead, you can use adhesive tape. It's easy to use. You don't have to worry about thickness. It's lettered so the inspector can see it readily. And you don't have to wait to test or insulate. Now to seal this area, what we recommend is Nashua 36717. It is a UL 181 BFX product that has a aluminum foil outer and a very thick, strong, pure rubber adhesive. But one of the nice features about it is repositionable, extremely easy to use. If you don't get it exactly where you want it, you can move it and put it back down. It will, in a short amount of time, cure so that you have a long-lasting, very good permanent seal. If code requires, you can use a product like Nashua 324A, but this is a thinner tape and is susceptible to punctures. What you don't want to use is a plain foil, a cloth tape, or a thin film tape. They are not acceptable. Another area to use tape is connections, like between these two pieces of round pipe. and where this takeoff comes out of the main trunk. Nashua 324A is a great product to use to give you a good seal. It is UL 181AB. Another area is in the gores of elbows, where FlexFix 555 is very conformable and gives a good, long-lasting, tight seal. And it is also UL 181B tape. Now we've reached the final step in installing the duct system, and that's insulation. There are two commonly used types of product. One is an FSK-faced fiberglass insulation, and the other is bubble wrap. For fiberglass insulation, use a UL 723 classified product, such as Nashua FSK. If plain foil is allowed, you may also use Nashua 322. For bubble wrap, use FlexFix 555, which is a UL 181 BFX product. It adheres extremely well to the reflective coating on bubble wrap. Let's recap very quickly. We're going to use Nashua products in three major areas: sound attenuation, sealing, and insulating. Thank you for your time, and I invite you to visit berryplastics.com website to learn more about Nashua products.